Hello, in this video I'm going to show you some hardbacks. Now those who remember my bookroom tour will remember that under the desk to my right, so beneath the computer that I've got over there, I have many piles of hardbacks. And as I'm thinking of going to a signing, I wanted to get a couple out, which I've found and pulled out. And I thought before I put the books back, I will give you a chance to see them. And this tape may also benefit me in the long run, in the sense that if I want to look for books in the future, I can look through this video and see what's there without having to physically get down on the floor and struggle to pull everything out. So I'm going to start straight away. There will be lots of pauses as I sort books, but I'll try and show you all the books in at least 3 or 4 of the piles under there. So I'm going to pause the video. Right, the first few books I'm going to show you are Doctor Who books. They were in the pile back right, at the very back. These were too big to go in the boxes. I have my ordinary size paperbacks. So very quickly, there's this one. 30 Years of Time Travel. This is a paperback rather than a hardback, but it was put there because it's large size. This one, again, I think all of the hardbacks are first printings, but I won't swear to that. And this. So those were 4 Doctor Who books that I had at the back, and if I'd looked at my book list and wondered where they were, I'd have never guessed. So I'm now going to pause to put them back. Right, carrying on. These are the books I'm going to put on top of the Doctor Who books. I don't quite know how you pronounce that. Ream D by Neil Stevenson. It's a big chunky book, that one. Now I didn't collect many of Robert Holdstock. I think this is the only hardback I've got. So that will go in. Next is this one, Buzz Aldrin and John Barnes, Encounter with Tiber. Oh, look at it, I've still got this one has got this page. Now I think that has been cut from another book and inserted, or maybe it's a photocopy. I bought it as is, so I don't really know. So it may not be a genuine signature. I really didn't know how to judge. Next, an Anne McCaffrey, Pegasus in Flight. That will be a first, I'm fairly sure. Another Anne McCaffrey, Renegades of Pern. Lewis McMaster Bujold, Setaganda, or Setaganda. No, not signed. It's a shame. The Shippu One, Anne McCaffrey and Jodie Lynn Nye. The City Who Fought, Anne McCaffrey and S.M. Serling. I certainly did enjoy that series. The sequel to The Ship Who Sang. Sequels to The Ship Who Sang. I'm not certain this one is worth very much, but Carve the Mark by Veronica Roth. A couple of R.A. Salvatore's. Forgotten Realms, I don't normally buy these, but here's this one, Road of the Patriarch. And another one, The Legend of Drizzt, Book 3, Sojourn. And some more. So I don't know quite when I bought these, it must have been a long time ago. The Thousand Orcs, another Forgotten Realms book. Two slightly smaller ones. The Lone Drow. And the Two Swords. So I will now pause the video again so that I can put the books away. Right, carrying on. Next pile. 3 Steph Swainston books. The Year of Our War, signed. Signed and dated, plus a signed picture. The Modern World. And Above the Snow Line, which is signed, lined and dated. Now I must admit I've never read Steph Swainston, so one of the newer authors, but not one I've read, so I can't really comment. Carrying on, Joan Vinci, Cat's Paw. This one, Multiverse, which says Exploring Powell Anderson's Worlds, edited by Greg Bear and Gardner Dozois. Not a book I know much about and not one I remember buying. Next to it, Powell Anderson, The Time Patrol. Again, I'm assuming that's the first, but I don't remember. And Year's Best Science Fiction, edited by Gardner Dozois. Now I have a lot of these in paperbacks. This is the only one I think I've got in hardback. So I'll pause it again while I start off the second pile. 4 more books quickly, because I'm going to have to put in a slightly thinner one because there's a wide book next to it. So here they are. Fred Saberhagen, Berserker Kill, tour book. Frederick Pohl and Jack Williamson, The Singers of Time. Fred Saberhagen, Shiva in Steel, a Berserker novel. I can see I didn't take the label off that one, not to worry. And a John and Carol Barrowman book, Torchwood Exodus Code. No, I've got a couple of books by them signed, but that one isn't. So I will pause it again. Right. Doing the next pile on the far left, which I'll probably add a couple to. Zombie Britannica by Thomas Empson. No idea why I bought that one. Ian Watson, The Book of the River. Dream Snake by Vonda McIntyre. Eric Flint and Dave Freer, Slow Train to Arcturus. John Ringo, Citadel. Feels as though there's a scratch in the dust jacket to the right on this one. Intrusion, Ken MacLeod. Considering it's a white cover, it seems to be quite clean. Next, The Winds of June by Brian Herbert and Kevin J. Anderson. Anne and Todd McCaffrey, Dragon's Time. Nope, not signed. Another Anne and Todd McCaffrey Pern book. Another Anne McCaffrey, Marita, Dragon Lady of Pern. It's a 7-house book. Cage Baker. I think this is probably the only Cage Baker I've got. The Life of the World to Come. Let's check. Here's a first. I don't remember when I got that. Sherry S. Tepper, Singer from the Sea. Another Sherry S. Tepper, Shadow's End. And a Tanith Lee, Elephantasm, the headline book. Another pause. Carrying on. Ursula Le Guin, Tales from Earthsea. Cosm by Gregory Benford. Robert Silberberg, Project Pendulum. And again, another odd one, The Dark at the End by F. Paul Wilson, which is probably the only Repairman Jack book I've got. Next, Susan Schwartz, Cross and Crescent, that is inscribed. Angel Station by Walter John Williams. Another one by him, Implied Spaces. Next, I might put that on one side. Before Harry Harrison Bill the Galactic Hero books that I mentioned in a previous video, those are books 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. And I think in a recent book haul 2 or 3 months ago, I showed you book 3, so I'll now have 5. So those are those. One other which I might pull out, because Winter in Eden by Harry Harrison, and I also can see a copy of West of Eden elsewhere in the room, so I'm going to leave that one out and not put back for the time being. I'll pause it again. And now the last pile on the far left. China Mayville, Unlondon. Oh, another Walter John Williams. Rock of Ages. Not sure why I had so many Walter John Williams. Kenneth Bulmer, The Insane City. 7 House book. City of Cain by Kate Wilhelm. This is described as a thriller rather than science fiction. Ben Bova, Orion 2. Ben Bova and AJ Austin, To Save the Sun, a tour book. And this one is signed by Ben Bova. CJ Cherry, Fortress of Ice. Another Ben Bova, Winds of Altair. Obviously picked up some Ben Bovas at one point. Orion in the Dying Time. Voyagers 3, Star Brothers, sorry. Ben Bova, The Rock Star. This is the Asteroid Wars Book 2. And here is the Asteroid Wars Book 1, The Precipice. I think there are 3 in that series, so I don't appear to have the 3rd one. Now some CJ Cherries, Rim Runners. CJ Cherry, Destroyer. So that's a door book. So for those who are interested in doors, it might be of interest. I never collected door hardcovers. I've got door 905, which is a Tad Williams one, because they didn't issue a paperback with that number. So I thought I should buy the hardback so that I had the full number run. A Step Further Out by Jerry Pournelle, with an introduction by Larry Niven. A Moat Around Murchison's Eye by Niven and Pournelle. Again, Niven and Pournelle, Beowulf's Children, which was the sequel, I think, to The Legacy of Heorot, which comes next. This is a Gollancz, Legacy of Heorot. And it is a first printing, so a smaller size, that one. And an author I know very little about, I didn't realise or remember having this, Aidan Hart, Phrenicon. I think there are probably 3 in this series. Oh, it does say the Wave Trilogy, so this is book 1. I think I have book 2 in paperback. Don't think I've ever seen book 3. So I'll pause it again. Right, that's 4 piles of books that I've shown you, but I'm going to squeeze a few more on the top, so I'll quickly show you those. Next, it's the 4 books of the Dragon Jousters by Mercedes Lackey. Door first prints. Certainly these are reasonably common. Over the years I've seen 2 or 3 sets going quite cheap, so they were never difficult to find in the UK. So a set of 4 door hardcovers. Next, a bit dusty, Forbidden Planet, which is signed by the editor Ros Caveney. Next one I bought out of interest, J.K. Rowling, The Ichabod. I did read this. It's fairly gentle fantasy. Something that'd be fine for kids to read. Well written, but I wouldn't recommend going out of your way to get it. At least not as adult fiction. Finally, this one. It's got 1 or 2 foxing spots on the top. Watchers of the Dark by Lloyd Biggle Jr. It's a Rappham Whiting book. And I think that will probably enable me to fill up those 4 piles. And then I can think about moving the other piles back. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you want me to. I could possibly do another few piles. As I say, I did it more for my own benefit than perhaps intending to release a video. But as it's now done, I may well release this video in due course. Thank you, that's all. Signing off.